Hi everyone, I'm Mono, and in this video I'll be going over an extremely powerful build for the Trickster. This is intended as an early build for those of you starting the game, so maybe you're around level 10 or 20. This will have you absolutely wrecking enemies by dealing an insane amount of burst damage. It is especially powerful at bringing down bosses and elite enemies in a matter of seconds, but before we get down to it, I will be posting more Outriders videos like tips and builds. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, then hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next one. Okay, this build revolves primarily around two things: automatic shotguns and twisted rounds. If you've come across the auto shotguns, you know how devastating they can be, so we're going to be maximizing that damage output as much as possible to make sure we can obliterate even the toughest enemies with ease. So, the skills you want to pick are these: twisted rounds, slow trap, and hunt the prey. These are almost your starter skills, so you can run this build as early as you want, and it will just get better over time once you get more class points and better guns and mods. For the skill tree, we're going to go full on assassin, and first we're going to pick increased reload speed, since the full auto shotguns chew through ammunition extremely fast, meaning you will be reloading quite often. So that 20% reload speed is going to basically increase your DPM. Then we'll take Shotgun Master, which will increase shotgun damage by 15% and also the chance of getting shotguns as loot, which will just help you get better weapons for the build. Now, here's a tough one. We could go for increased crit damage or reduced cooldown for our teleport. I choose to go with reduced cooldown because that synergizes really well with what's coming next. Getting Outrider Executioner is going to increase weapon damage by 50% after you teleport, which means you can teleport to pretty much any enemy and do an insane amount of damage, be it a regular foot soldier guy or a huge monster. After this, you want to get Disruptive Firepower, which will provide the same effect for when you use the time bubble. The reason we get Outrider Executioner first is because that's going to be on a 10-second cooldown compared to Slow Trap, which has a cooldown of almost 30 seconds. So you get to use the teleport way more often, which means your weapon will be dealing plus 50% more damage almost the entire time. We're also going to get the reduced cooldown for deception skills right after this and go for Scion of Power to get another 50% more weapon damage when our damage skill ends. So what's going to happen with this is every time you use a skill, your shotgun is going to become insanely powerful. Combine that with twisted rounds and you'll be melting health bars faster than you can even react to what's going on your screen. If you see an elite unit, you can activate twisted rounds, then teleport to it and drop your time bubble to make sure you don't get wrecked by the other enemies, and just dump your entire magazine onto the enemy's head. You'll be dealing 100% more weapon damage by having used your movement and deception skills, and once the twisted rounds wear off, you will get an additional 50% more damage to finish off anything that's still alive. Given how quickly the full auto shotgun fires, you'll be getting some shots at 150% more weapon damage before the 8 seconds from the timer from your teleporter runs out. Now let's take a look at the weapon mods and suit mods. I don't have everything unlocked yet, but obviously that's kind of the point. I'll show you what I'm using, and hopefully you find the same mods or something similar that will be also effective for this build. So keep in mind, the best mods to use will depend on whether you have one mod slot or more, which weapons you have, and so on. So this is going to be different for everyone. I also won't be going over every single mod that I have. I just want to focus on the ones that are specific for the build. Alright, for the armor, you want to use Twisted Fate, which will increase critical damage by 30% when using twisted rounds. This will increase your damage output overall, and even though shotguns don't crit too often, this will actually really shine when using an SMG or assault rifle if you need some more range for your targets. The next mod is one you really do not want to miss out on. This will effectively double the OP-ness of the entire build. You get 2 full magazines with crazy damage for the shotgun, and remember, while using twisted rounds, you do not burn through ammunition, so this will allow you to just spam your shotgun fire even more. If you see this mod on one of those choose your reward things, or even on an item that's for sale on a shop, make sure you get it and dismantle that item so you can add the mod whenever you want. Next up, we have Time Blast, which will slow down enemies in a 5-meter radius when you teleport. This one is absolutely crucial as it will allow you to both kill enemies more effectively, but also reduce incoming damage from enemies around you after you teleport. Now, I got the wrong one here to show you guys, but you want to get Radiation Jump, which will inflict vulnerable on whatever enemies you teleport to, so you'll be dealing 25% more damage. Try to teleport to elite enemies if you want to get the most out of this, because regular ones will be just reduced to a pulp with your first shot. And finally, I want to top it off by getting something to enhance Slow Trap. Increased radius works really well, or getting shield after using it to increase your overall survivability, but it does really come down to personal preference. A good choice would be to actually reduce the cooldown for Hunt the Prey, which will get it down to 8 seconds, allowing you to have the 50% more weapon damage after you teleport pretty much active the entire time. If you have any comments or suggestions that you think would make the build better, definitely write them down to help other viewers get the most out of this video. Alright, now I'm gonna show you this in action because it's just ridiculous. Here we have one of those assassination targets. Look at how fast this guy is gonna go down. Obviously, if you teleport like this into the middle of an entire group of enemies, there's a chance you won't come out alive, but if you play this smart, you can pretty much detonate these otherwise pretty difficult bosses very easily. This is one of the Hunt monster missions, and check this out. I just want to show you how much damage I'm doing with the assault rifle I have, which is a pretty good one. I'm just trickling down his health very slowly, and then we go into God mode with the teleport, time bubble, and twisted rounds, and he is gone just like that. And even for enemies like this, which will keep their range, just wait for the opportunity and boom, absolutely destroyed in, I don't know, 2 seconds? In any case, it's just absolutely crazy. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. And hopefully you leave a comment so I know what to do better next time. Alright, that's gonna be it for now. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one.